I've been having so much fun this week. I keep having Verzi and Dan Smith, guy I started out with. He's been opening for a couple shows that Verzi wasn't on, and they've both been like, Dan Smith remembers the rooms that I did. So I've been telling him, I go, give him my credits that they'll know. You know, you might have seen him on fucking, I don't know, Letterman or something like that. And then the end, he'll say like, you might have seen him on Letterman. You might have seen some of his specials on Netflix. Or you might have seen him at the 99 restaurant in Billerica, Massachusetts. Back in the day. No, that's a good topic. Anybody here in Massachusetts? Some of the fucking places I used to work. I used to do the 99s in Billerica on a Tuesday night. John David used to host it. I used to go up there. Unknown Patrice, rest his soul, Dane Cook, Bobby Kelly, all of us used to go up there every fucking Tuesday. The nines, going up to the nines, right? I remember it was in the middle of fucking nowhere, too. You just drove down this hill. It's like they wiped out like 6,000 trees to put this fucking thing up. And I used to work that one, the Comedy Vault, the Dick Doherty rooms, the Aku Aku. There was one not in Cambridge. I don't know where the fuck it was. And then there was one out in Worcester. All of that shit has been Kelly's something pub in North Reading, I think it was, or in Reading. It was in Reading, Massachusetts, the first place I ever bombed, and where I met a buddy of mine, Wayne Previty. So whatever, he's been doing that all week. There's always been people in the crowd, like some older people remember in those fucking rooms laughing. Fuck, I'm getting all stuffed up here. God damn it. Oh, yeah, I remember he used to do those rooms down in Rhode Island. This guy, John Parada, who I think is coming out tonight. He was like the first straight shooter I met. He's always, what's going on, brother? John Parada, what's going on, brother? Listen, I got a room down here. I can pay you about $25. What do you say, brother? You come up, you knock it out. You're always doing a good job, all right? You'd be like, yeah, John, anything for you, man. I need the money. I appreciate it. All right, brother. I'll see you when you get down there. He's like a former wrestler. What's going on, brother? John Parada. He used to work for Bill Downs. And they used to call him Bill No Money Downs. Because you'd get there and he was struggling. He was one of these guys that was making a lot of money in the fucking, the big 80s. And then him and his partner split and his partner fucked him over. And so he was a good guy, but he was always scraping, trying to scrape the money together. And, he'd fuck you owe you $50. You'd have to drive to his house and he'd be like, hey, big guy. All right, I can give you like $8. I can give you $8. He'd give you like $8 of it. Like you'd have to go to his house like 9 times to collect $30. It was fucking hilarious. It wasn't at the time, but now when I look back, all of that shit was, yeah, big guy. I don't tell you, big guy. And I remember one time Greg Fitzsimmons was coming up from New York, and he was closing one of this guy's rooms, right? And he'd already heard the rumors that he didn't pay. So he fucking goes on. I think I already told this story, but whatever, I'll tell it again. He fucking goes on, right before he goes on stage for his final set, he says to Downs, he says, oh, man, he goes, you know what, I forgot my watch, man. Can I borrow your watch so I don't go over? And, Bill Downs is like, yeah, big guy. Don't worry about it. Here you go, big guy, right? And he gives it to him. It was a really nice fucking watch. So Greg goes up, crushes it, finishes his set, and immediately just goes right out the door, jumps in his car, and fucking drives back to New York. So the next day, Bill Downs calls him up, and he goes, hey, big guy. He goes, you left, man. He goes, you got my watch? And Greg goes, yeah, you got my check? And there was a pause, and then Bill goes, oh, big guy. So he waited till the fucking thing cleared, and then he sent him his watch back. It was fucking brilliant. The kind of shit that I never would have thought to fucking do. So anyways, all of those stories have been coming back. Some of the guys who've been coming in town hanging, and we're just sitting there laughing, talking about all these fucking rooms we used to play in. And, oh, my God, you'd go in there, and there'd be like a Bruins game on. And this is back, they're still playing in the Garden. Neely was playing and all of that shit. So, they were the fucking second coming of the big bad Bruins. Every game was exciting. It was the early 90s, so the second golden age of hockey, it was just coming to a close where, it was the perfect balance of physical play and just unbelievable goal scorers. Every team wasn't playing the trap. The players weren't fucking gigantic the way they are today. It was before the clutch and grab era, and it was just awesome hockey. So every fucking game, it seemed, was great. A couple of great rushes, an unbelievable goal, and a couple of fights. It was the fucking greatest. And we'd go in and do stand-up in these pubs, and the people would have no idea there was a show. I always remember there was always supposed to be a sign, and the guy never hung it up. And there'd just be some fucking awful fucking Radio Shack microphone or something, and they would just cut the sound off on the game. And right as people at the bar were going, dude, what the fuck? Someone would be like, hey, everybody, welcome to the first comedy night here at Sucker Punch Bar in fucking South Boston. We're going to try to do this every week. And people, shut the fuck up, screaming at you. And you just be sitting there hanging your head going, all right, here we go. Got to take my lumps. And but it was great, like the camaraderie that you had with the other comics that you started out with doing those fucking hell rooms, as they were called. It was funny. It was how you went up and you learned how to keep your composure standing in front of a room full of people that hated you. And the only way to learn how to do that, unless you're blessed, is to stand in front of a room full of people that hate you over and over and over again throughout the first, I don't know how many years, until you fucking move up and you don't have to do them anymore. And it's an unbelievable skill to be able to do well in a hell room. Like, I haven't had to do those, fortunately, for a while, and I can guarantee you that if you put me up in one and nobody knew who I was, I would fucking eat my dick. I would, because they wouldn't give a fuck, and my skills to get them to give a fuck would not be sharp like they need to be. So, these fucking theater gigs, they're layups. They're not like they used to be. Anyways.